rise. Judge Von V. Court is now in session. Judge, this is the case of the Griffiths.
Thank you.
Yes.
You all may be seated. Mr. Griffith, you brought this case before the court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what's going on?
Well, I'm raising two grandkids. I'm the legal guardian of those two grandkids. They were sired by my son here.
Oh, this is your son?
Dude, man.
That's my son.
Okay.
Sometimes embarrassed to admit it, but anyway. And so I'm here today to try to get him to start contributing to the raising of these children. Now, I'm a personal banker. I've made decent money over the years.
Okay.
I'm hitting retirement age, and I just think it's time for him to start paying.
The film opens with Judge Von Day, who is overseeing the case of Griffith v. Griffith, paying close attention as Mr. Griffith, the grandpa and legal guardian of his two grandchildren, asks his son, the children's biological father, for child support. The grandfather clarifies that his son has not contributed financially and that he has been raising the kids by himself since their mother moved out. This lays the groundwork for a case that highlights the importance of parental accountability and financial assistance.
I agree. I agree with that. Are these children involved in any type of extracurricular activities or anything?
Oh yeah, they're getting up to the age where sports are there. I'm having to run across town to soccer and then...
I'm there too, man.
Obviously
Well,
not, and I'm not talking to you, so I need you to wait your turn.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Yes, ma'am.
I hate to admit it, but I've told him since he's a kid he's worthless, and I think it's bearing out. But,
Well, sir, that's not very nice, and we're not here to talk about your son in that way. We're here to get some support, financial support for your grandkids, okay?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So, kids involved in extracurricular activity, your son, their dad is not helping. Has he given you any money at all for the kids?
He has given me no money at all, and he's not taking responsibility. He comes by and sees the kids occasionally, but he has not been much of a father to them at all.
Okay. Where is the mother?
Well, she couldn't take much, I guess, of him anymore, so she left.
I kicked her out.
You what?
Excuse
kicked
me?
her out.
Excuse me.
I bet.
Yes, ma'am.
In just a moment, you can have your time.
Yes, ma'am.
Just a moment. So she's not in the picture.
Mr. Griffith explains in his testimony how he has been his grandchildren's sole provider, and they are currently 13 and 15 years old. He emphasizes that his son has not contributed financially or taken on any substantial parental duties. The grandfather further notes that the kid's involvement in extracurricular activities adds to the financial strain. He hopes the court will compel his son to make contributions and expresses his dissatisfaction with his lack of accountability. This is acknowledged by the judge. The grandfather's behavior and efforts to obtain the son's account of what happened.
Not anymore. We haven't heard from her in quite some time.
Okay.
I think the kids still remember her and they miss her, but, you know.
How old are the kids?
Huh?
How old are the kids?
13 and 15.
13 and 15. Okay. Now, is there anything else you would like for me to know before I move to him?
Well, he goes a long time without working, and now he finally has a part-time job, I think, now, and probably couldn't afford much, but more than the money, I think it's time that he starts showing some manly responsibility. He's never done it before.
And I definitely agree. I definitely agree. Sir, now it's your turn.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you have to say about what your father said in terms of not giving any financial support for the support of your children?
It's hard. I just got a job.
Okay.
I can
How much
start
are you
paying
working?
Part-time, like
Part-time?
20, 30 hours a week up at the shoe place.
Still a loser.
Okay, sir, that's not very
It can
nice.
turn into
We're not going to
something.
do any type of name calling in this courtroom, okay?
Yes,
You
sir.
guys are not going to do that to each other. You can save that at home when you all are, you know, just between the two of you, but not here, okay?
ma'am.
So you say you work about 20, 30 hours a week.
Yes, ma'am.
How much money do you make?
$15 an hour, so a couple of thousand a month, I think.
Okay.
The grandfather reveals an astonishing fact. His son recently obtained a settlement of $100, $22,000 from a lawsuit. Mr. Griffith Jr., the son, claims he only works part-time for $15 an hour and cannot afford to pay child support. The judge asked the son why he didn't notify the judge sooner, evidently unimpressed by his dishonesty. The judge isn't convinced despite the son's attempts to reduce the compensation by claiming he primarily used it for braces and other expenses. The tone of the case shifts when the court prepares to calculate child support based on the settlement.
I think there's something, if I may, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
I think there's something that, in case he doesn't volunteer it, he has just recently got a settlement
Oh.
to a lawsuit.
Oh.
And that's the main reason, at $15 an hour, I wouldn't have brought him to court.
Oh.
Because it wouldn't have been worth the...
Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. I could definitely see why he did not want to bring you to court for $15 an hour. So he's not very truthful, obviously, because he's looking at me with his mouth open like he is so
He's
confused.
just mad because of my car.
Well, you know
Just
what?
admit it.
Sir, I'm upset at the fact that when I ask you why you were not providing any financial support, you try to give me this sob story about $15 an hour. And you have a settlement. Let me ask your dad, because I don't think I'm going to get too much honesty out of you. How much is this settlement?
Well, my understanding is that his portion of it, I guess after legal fees and all, was about $100,000.
$100,000?
Oh, man. Come on.
You think it's funny? You think this is funny? You think it's a
I
game?
think it's funny.
You think it's funny?
Yes.
Why? Because you got more than
Because-
that? You want to tell me you got more than that?
No.
So why is that funny? You're
I
not.
don't have $100,000.
So you didn't. So your father's not being honest about the settlement.
Well, I
you
may have
received?
gotten it, but I don't have it anymore.
Okay,
I got
so
braces, man. 'Cause you
it
didn't
does
get 'em
not
for me.
cost. Excuse me, sir. What type of crazy do you think I am? It does not cost $100,000 for braces.
I got a couple other things too. I mean, there might be some left.
Okay, and you didn't bring that to court with you, did you? To show the proof of that?
That
Yes or
was
no?
in my name.
Did you bring any documents to court to show that you are not in possession of this money? You didn't, did
No.
you? No, you didn't. Actually, you did. Your dad turned in your settlement judgment. You actually got a settlement for $102,000
It was a while back.
a while back.
Judge Vondaby uses the son's $100, $22,000 settlement to calculate his child support requirement, resulting in a $1,881.41 monthly payment. The judge points out that under Texas law, settlements and other assets, including money paid for the grandfather's children's health insurance premiums, may be considered income for the purposes of child support. After his son, who initially seemed dismissive, now faces a significant financial obligation, the grandfather is glad the judge held him accountable.
I
Well,
guess
I mean,
that,
I do,
I guess
but-
blowing that money off made you lose your memory, huh? So what we're getting ready to do is make you pay child
That's
support
fun.
to your dad. I'm glad that you think it's a joke, because we're not about to joke, and I want to see that same smile on your face when I read these numbers out to you on how much you're going to pay on child support. Okay, so at $102,000, I have your gross at $8,500, which brings your net to a total of $6,525.63. Okay, health insurance. Who pays health insurance?
I do, Your Honor.
I don't
How much
have
is health insurance?
$250 a month.
$250. So we're going to make you reimburse that to your dad for health insurance, okay? So as I was saying, net $6,525.63. That would bring your child support before the reimbursement to $1,631.41. Did you need to write it down? $1,631.41 plus $250 would be $1,881.41, your monthly obligation. And I gave you credit for both kids.
I make $2,000 a month.
Okay, but you also have a settlement for $102,000. And I'm deeming that income because under Texas law, I have the right to do that.
Okay.
So your child support is not going to be set at $15,000. I mean, I'm sorry, at based on $15 an hour. Because I'm sure you spent the $15 an hour getting those braces, not that $102,000. It's not going to work.
I'm afraid, Your Honor, he has spent a lot of the rest of that too. I think that's the reason he's hawing about
Well,
what he is.
you know what, sir, and it's fine if he did, because he has to be able to give you $1,800 a month in child support. Otherwise, you'll have far more serious issues. Okay?
Right.
Anything further?
Well, I love my grandchildren, but I've told him along the way, once he hooked up with the lady he married, that he had all the funds, so it's been his responsibility to help take care of it. This is the first time he's ever had to pay up.
Well, and I thank you for bringing him to court and making him responsible, sir.
Okay.
If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Sure. Take Visa. This is great, man.
The movie then transitions to an educational segment where Judge Von D highlights the importance of honesty and transparency in court procedures and explains how Texas law considers settlements and other assets when calculating child support. This case is a powerful reminder of the legal obligations parents have to support their children, particularly in cases where settlements or other unforeseen assets are involved. A call to action at the end of the movie asks viewers to subscribe for more courtroom drama insights.